let folks know. You know, I was single. Listen, I was single at the time. You know, I had the right to go to that strip club.
Yeah, I was single at the time too. But that don't mean you have my call. I was like, this dude got my call over there. Got people thinking that's me over there. Cause they know I ain't really.
Right.
I've never been a guy that hung out or party, anything like that. Even at Savannah State, I was always to myself. I was always, I was about football. Football was the most important thing to me. And this dude come in town, and in 1 week, I had been there for like 4 or 5 years, and in 1 week, they done saw me at a place they had never seen me before. So everybody was like, I was like, oh, that's it. You got to go. You need to get wherever you go in Denver, back to wherever you from. You need to get the hell up out of here.
I swear to God, I was going to Atlanta to go have a party with you. I swear to God. I said, this man is this fly with this ride, the way he dressed, everything you did. Because remember that year, my rookie year, I never hung out with you. So I didn't know what you did away from the facility. I had no clue. But I assumed you went out. I assumed you drank. I assumed you did all that stuff. Man, I was there for a week. Man, we went out to dinner, and that was it.
Shannon, we went to Houston. The first night you got there, we went to Houston.
Yeah. And
that was it. I said, hey, you on your own, bro. Here's the keys. Hey, go and come. Hey, because I'm like, I'm going to be asleep by the time you come back in.
No, you were actually, I was coming in, and you were going to work out. I was coming in like 4 in the morning. Shannon was leaving to go work out in the off season. And I said, that's when I knew there's something different about what you do and what other players do. And I said, all right.
Well, that was all I knew, because that was the only thing that I knew was hard work. Growing up like we grew up, like my grandfather and grandmother raised my brother, my sister, myself, and raised their own kids, that's all we knew was hard work. And I knew whatever I wanted to accomplish up until that point, I had gotten through hard work. And so I had come so far, and it wasn't just good enough. And that one thing I would tell these guys that got drafted last night, this is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of it. I mean, if you thought you put all that time in and your mom and dad or grandparents drove you to all those practices and got you all those snacks and stood out there in the rain for this moment, you're sadly mistaken. Yep. This is the beginning. It's just getting started now. So enjoy that moment. Enjoy it. But now is when the work starts.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%, because that's what I say. I see people who say, the dream came true. I'm like, was your dream to get drafted? Like, I mean, like you said, that should be part of it. But like I'm gonna go back to when I got drafted in '96. Actually, I was in 1995. Man, you know where I was in 1995 on draft day?
Where?
At the Freaknik in Atlanta. And I remember it happened. I was at my ex-girl's friend's house at the time. Down in Atlanta. I was staying with her over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I remember it happened. And I remember the Broncos came up, and I was like, Denver, because Denver never talked to me. I was disappointed that I got drafted in the 6th round anyway. And my mom was pretty happy. They called and was like, yeah, the Broncos drafted you. And I had actually seen it on the TV, because it was on ESPN, ESPN2. And I saw it come across the ticker.
Right.
My first thing was, damn, the Broncos #1. But then #2, my mom was like, you should be happy that you got drafted. And my response was, I said, Mom, I appreciate it that I got drafted. I said, but I'm not going to really be happy until the first day of the season and I'm the starter.
Right.
That's what I said. First day.
That's how it was. I mean, my sister thought once you got drafted, you had made the team. But, you low-round draft pick. You were the 6th round. I was the 7th round. They had 12 rounds when I came out, so I was a 7th-round draft pick, 192. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to actually make the team. And you talk about Freaknik, that was the very reason that I moved to Atlanta. Me and my brother used to go to Freaknik. We used to. I went to a Black College Beach week in Daytona, and then Freaknik. I went to Freaknik. I remember. I was like, I called my agent. I said, look here, man, you need to find me a house here. So he gave. I said, look, man, I need somebody here Monday to find me a house. He's like, okay. He said, what area are you looking at? I said, I don't care, but just find me a house. So that Monday, I stayed over. He sent the agent up. We found the agent in Atlanta. We went and looked for a house. Now, the first house they showed me, I fell in love with that house. But it was it was the house that I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's Sugar Ray Leonard's ex-wife house, Juanita.
Oh, right.
So that was the first house that I saw, but it was $200,000 over budget. And the agent was like, well, this is really over your budget. Let me find something more in your budget. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, I don't care what the budget is. This going to be the house. So we go all out there. We're in Alpharetta. We're in Stone Mountain. We're in Sandy Springs. I said, nah, I want that house. She said, but your agent told me and told me that this is, I said, look here. You call them and you tell them Shannon said he want this such and such house. 30 days later, we closed on the house. And I've been there ever since. But, Titi, check this out. You said that you came to Freaknik and you stayed with your ex.
I mean, yeah. I stayed with her during the weekend.
Check this out, Titi. In the last 30 years, since night I got drafted, I spent the night with one girl house in 30 years.
In 30 years.
In 30 years. I had an incident happen. As a matter of fact, I got drafted. I'm coming back, and I didn't want to drive home because I had left my car at the airport. And I didn't want to drive home. And so I remember it's like, do you mind if I come over? I was seeing the girl before, but I was like, hey, it was what it was. And I was like, I called, I said, do you mind if I stop by? Because I don't want to drive home because my grandma doesn't know I'm coming back, and she's going to be startled. So if I come in that, that time in the morning, my grandma going to be, I said, you mind if I stay? She's like, no, I don't mind if you stay. I said, I had heard. I'm going to put it out there. I was like, I heard, you see anybody? No. I was like, okay, cool. Jude, real talk. So something told me, Shannon, just play it cool. Hey, do what you, that ain't what I originally went over there for. Keep it real. They're grown folks on this conversation. But something told me, I swear, something told me, say, Shannon, keep it close. So all I took my shirt off, but I had my shorts and I had my socks on. And you know how you sleep, but you think you hear people talking. And I'm saying to myself, nah, there ain't nobody. But something just kept going. But I kept hearing, I'm hearing people arguing. And by that time, dude kicked the door in. So now you got to remember that, Joe. I'm about 2 months from my 22nd birthday. So I'm feeling good. I'm prime. 6'2", 227. I'm jacked. I'm ready to say, hey, if we got the Waller, we got the Waller. And, I look at old dude, and I'm getting him. I'm like, oh. I said, ooh. I said, man, check this out, bro. I said, you know who I am. I'm Sharpe. I went to Savannah State. I just got drafted. I didn't want to drive home because I was going to spook my grandma. I said, bro, you see how I'm dressed? It ain't like I got dressed. I've been dressed. He's like, Sharpe, man, I love you. I follow your career in Savannah State. He said, bro, congratulations. Hey, I know you're going to do well at the Broncos. You the baddest end ever come through Savannah. Say, hey, bro, I ain't got no problem with you. I'm just tired of this beeline. I'm saying to myself, I'm tired of the beeline. Hey, so check this out, you. So, I said, bro, I said, let me get my stuff and get up. Because mind you now, my brother had bought me a 300E. I know about it. So I got that thing back then. So, I got my stuff. I dip. Man, they start walling. Shannon. I said, Shannon, nothing. Hey, check this out. When I look who it was, once I looked and saw who it was, because I was thinking about knuckling up.
Hey, I'm like, who was it?
I ain't going to put his name out there, but put it like this. Okay. He got 50 for double murder.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how I got caught up. I got caught up like that. So I refuse. Now, I'm not saying I haven't gone over